To the left of Mr. John Orchard is the Project Director for World DAB, Madam Benny O'Neill. You're welcome. Seated to the Minister is the Board Chair of the NCA Board, Mr. Isaac Emil Sebosiji.
So how do we move forward? Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the answer is the same as was before. We need to leverage on technology. This time, digital technology. This is why we are all gathered here this morning to launch a trial of digital audio broadcasting, DAB. DAB is a digital radio standard for broadcasting digital audio radio services in many countries and around the world. The launch today positions Ghana as the first country in West Africa and the fourth in Africa to deploy DAB. I was hoping I could get our thoughts. Good quality audio supports the provision of value-added services and spectrum efficiency. For example, in this trial, up to 18 existing FM stations in Accra and Kumasi will share one frequency channel out of the VHF band 3, which is 174 to 230 megahertz, and a transmitter in Kumasi and Accra. With the concerns raised about restrictions on authorized coverage area for FM stations, we will be testing the possibility of extending coverage with DAB. Accordingly, in this trial, stations in Accra will extend their coverage to Kumasi and vice versa. Additionally, because the frequency used in DAB is different from the one used for FM, both services will run simultaneously, that is, simulcast. The brochures you have been given have more information on DAB, and after today, you can visit the NCA website to read more. To receive DAB broadcast, you need a radio or receiver that is DAB Plus compliant. For the purpose of this trial, the authority will be giving out a few of such devices to the public, but they will not be enough for the millions of listeners in Accra and Kumasi. In light of this, Honorable Minister, last Thursday, we engaged household electronic dealers, car dealers, and representatives of electronic manufacturers.
Innovative strategies and approaches to their work, and I'm proud of their continuing efforts to deliver innovative and cutting-edge solutions. The NCA is today launching the trial of yet another service, digital audio broadcasting. In addition to its groundbreaking media broadcasting monitoring lab, the common platform, the computer emergency response team, among many other innovations introduced in the past 6 years. These have all been focused on meeting the needs of the industry and ultimately benefiting the consumer. With the rapid development of radio and TV industry and its convergence with telecommunications, it has become necessary to ensure the quality of broadcasting services do not deteriorate. Statistics indicate that as at the end of 2022, the NCA had authorized 707 FM stations, out of which 513 are in operation, very congested. Here, this proves that radio broadcasting still reigns supreme over all other forms of mass media communications, as it remains a pivotal source of information and entertainment for both urban and rural communities. In terms of value, according to the Digital Journal, the global digital radio broadcasting market was valued at $3.7+ billion in 2021, and is expected to expand at a growth rate of 11%, reaching $6.9 billion by 2027. This provides an opportunity for Ghana to tap into this revenue stream to expand revenues for both the government and the private sector. As we stride into the future, the advent of DAB marks a significant milestone in radio broadcasting. With its ability to harness digital signals, DAB ushers in a new era of enhanced sound quality, an expanded array of choice, interactive features that redefine listener experience, amongst others, as we've already been told. This technology transcends the limitation of traditional analog FM radio, promising a transformational and captivating auditory journey for all listeners. What is interesting about DAB is the fact that it addresses the frequency constraints by expanding coverage as well as promoting efficient spectrum utilization. As we launch a trial in Accra, I recommend that you try it if you happen to find yourself in the aforementioned towns.
Interest in DAB Plus, I'd say in about the last year and a half, is from Africa. So in addition to today's launch here in Ghana, there are trials also in Algeria and South Africa, and regular services are on air in Tunisia. So we've received recently about a dozen inquiries from other countries across the African continent. So I think Ghana is very much leading the way, and hopefully others will follow. So as you launch DAB Plus here today, it is important to think about receivers. As of today, there's around 110 million DAB receivers that have been sold. The devices are now mass market. There are multiple brands manufacturing the receivers, and at least in Europe, the prices are starting at around $20 US. I think that's around 220 cedi. But the prices are coming down. A crucial development took place in Europe in 2019. There was a piece of European regulation passed which mandated digital terrestrial radio in cars. Where there's already a radio, it has to be also digital terrestrial. And that's been a game changer. What we see now is 96% of new cars sold in Europe have DAB as standard. And this will have a ripple effect beyond Europe. We see that already. So what does that all mean for Ghana? Well, it means that it's never been easier than today, than now, for new markets to launch on DAB+. There's a wide range of receivers available, prices are coming down, and there's an installed base of receivers in cars. But what are the reasons for deploying DAB+, apart from this FM congestion? Well, there are benefits for listeners and benefits for broadcasters. For listeners, a big benefit is that increase in choice. What we see in other markets is that nowadays there are about 6 times as many national DAB stations on air as there were on analog. And that's allowing for stations in different languages, different cultures, etc. Also, clearer